Okay, so this is Navy Old Salt Gamer. I'm back on Mars. Trying to think the next steps. I'm not ready for base decor. And I also changed, I had this actually typed wrong. I wanted to make water from volatiles, not make volatiles. I don't think there is a way, other than ice and rockets, that you can make volatiles. I might be wrong, but I don't think there is. So I'm trying to think of the next step here. As you notice, I did add another battery. I added a bunch of solar panels up here. So my power needs have been made. I'm good to go there. My ore is okay. I am still lacking a little bit of gold, but that um, it's just a slow process. If I have to mine gold every once in a while, I had some backed up in here, but it cleared out. I'm kind of surprised that the two of those are keeping up with one miner. Okay. um, but I guess my next steps, I think I'm going to mass import ice volatiles, ice water, and ice oxide from rockets. Now this is going to be a massive undertaking, and I'm going to actually build all three rockets and then send them up. I'll have to send one up first to do surveying, and then send them up to do the mining part. So while everything is running okay, I'm still not where I want to be on food. I'm getting there. I do have all this up and running now. I put some ferns here to gain a little oxygen. I'll just let them grow. And these are just about ready. So when this one was out of light, so it is growing moderately now. It was growing poorly. I had to add another light. All of them are growing, thriving. I did have to work on my temperature a little bit. Got a little warm in here. And I think that's because of the two refrigerators. Because the air coming in, that's not the air. Pipe. Where's the pipe? Pipe network. There it is. The 16.5. Now that's going down because I ended up, I did not take my my suit off. I had to do a double take. I did put 3 radiators on here. Now I may have to after a while, take some of them off because you can see as it's filling, the air is still a little warm coming out of the tanks. But I may, once this gets down, pull one of those back off. I could put an AC in there and use more electric, or I could just use the cool Martian, what is it, 53? Minus 50 right now? Use the cool Martian air to cool it down, and then go from there. Excuse me. So, I'm going to make some rockets. I'm not going to do this on the air because it's a lengthy process, but I will explain at least one of the rockets and how I build it after I build it. The first thing you're going to need is a rocket manufacturer, and the one thing I am short of, out of everything, I get the least amount of gold out of this mining system, so I'm going to have to go mine some gold. But I'm going to build a rocket manufacturer and put together 3 rockets. Maybe that's too ambitious. I could just do 1 rocket and make multiple trips. I have to think about that, but I'm going to make at least 1 rocket, so I'm going to pause this now. Not really the direction I thought I was going to go, but you know, maybe I'll make the H2 combustor later, and then I won't have to mine for water anymore. I'm still going to have to mine for somehow. Well, that's not necessarily true. Let me see. Oh, oops. Electrolyzer. Where are you? Electrolyzer. So technically, I could take, that's a good idea. Why don't I just mine for ice, water, and split that with an electrolyzer into hydrogen and oxygen? That would just mean one rocket for ice, water. I kind of like that idea. Let's go that way. Let's build one rocket, mine for water. So, mine for water and make our own hydrogen and oxygen from the water and drink the rest. So let's change this. And we'll use the electrolyzer. I don't know if that's spelled correctly, but you know what I mean. And we'll do water, oxygen, volatiles. I like that idea. Then I would only have to mine for ice water with the rocket. I think that's the way I'm going to go. So now I'm going to make one rocket, and I'll explain it to you if you're new to rockets. I do have a couple previous, my Europa video has a good rocket explanation in it, and I think that's the latest one I did, but I will explain it to you. I'll probably build it over here. I'm going to have to build up an area. So I'm going to pause this, and I will be back when my rocket is complete, and then I'll explain it to you. By the way, there might be some brief interruptions along the way. I'm mining gold. Somebody pointed out I was still using the starter miner, and he was absolutely right. As soon as you can using the tool maker, you have to go to mod 2. Make the mining drill heavy. Look how much faster it goes. It is very nice. So there's some advice for you for mining tool mod 2, the second tool mod. Actually, it's just a tool mod. And make the heavy miner, and look how fast my stuff is filling up. It does help a lot. I only have to mine gold right now because everything else I'm making pretty steadily. I think I ran out here already. And it's amazingly hard to find on this planet. And that beacon is so cool. You can see the, oh, it just went out. There it is. Oh. But you can see that beacon from a long way off. But yeah, mining drill heavy is a good idea, and I didn't stress that, and that's a beginner level thing. And thank you for whoever pointed that out. Oh no! Oh my. I think it's this way. That was bad timing. I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I got no warning. Oh, there it is. Yeah, look at that. You can even see the beacon through the storm. Wow, that was terrible. Of course, it's into the wind, so I can't, like, jump or... Boy, that's even more of a reason to get the beacon. I was out from the time it decided to give me a storm to the... I missed the whole warning. Okay, well, I'm going to pause this now until I get back because it's taking forever. Okay, so after a couple hours, I'm just going to run through this real quick here. Basically, this pipe has got the fuel mix in from over my original atmospherics. this card here just turns the switch on, which turns the volume pump on and off. I'm not going to get too much into all this stuff because I've covered it in other videos, but I have two batteries in here, a fuel tank which is about 39 megapascals. Yep, 39 megapascals. The engines, everything's hooked up. You see the piping? Those are the umbilicals. The batteries are fully charged. We'll check all that. I got the scanner. I have to scan the planets before, or the asteroids and stuff that I go to before I can do anything with them. And I got the, what the heck is that called? The, oh my goodness. Avionics. Thank you. The avionics and the link. That's all hooked up. Careful when you hook the battery up. Make sure you got the outputs going to supply power and the inputs going to the umbilical. Don't mix them. You'll short the battery out and nothing will work correctly. But now that I've gone through that, I hope I have enough steel sheets. It takes a lot of steel to do this. A whole lot. A lot of steel sheets, a lot of steel. I'm just going to weld these shut. Looks like I have enough. Okay, that's normal. Not in the real world, but the things stick out the cone quite a bit when you build them. Okay, so let's go through here. You need a link on both. There's a ground link and that data link that my dot is pointing to right there. And a computer with a rocket motherboard in it. And let's check everything. That's fully charged. Nothing going wrong there. Fully charged. A little low, but that's just because it's using things. The tank, got just under 38, or under 39 megapascals. It never seems to come out. I have it set for 67, but for some reason it's 64. I don't know why. But basically you're looking for errors. Pressure fed gas engine, no error. Avionics is on, no error. Downlink is good. Rocket scanner. I could turn that on and test it real quick. Yep, no errors. So I'm going to launch this. One thing to remember, before you launch anything, pull your umbilicals back, or else it tears them up. So that's done. That's just my deep miner. Okay, so first off I got to go to the map. I think I'm going to go over here. I think I actually have to go here first. Set destination because I haven't been there before. Go back to the rocket. And basically to launch the rocket you just turn the gas fed engine on. I did set that right, yep, okay. And we're off. And there she goes. So I'm going to pause it because I don't want this to get too long. But there you can see it flying. And you know what, I might as well wait. It's going so doggone fast. So this is the planet. This is your launching it into orbit around around Mars. So I am now in orbit, but I don't know what this is, as you can see. So I have to go to rocket, turn on the scanner, go to location, and chart it. And this takes a while, 3 passes. I'm just going to pause it. It gives you well, 30 passes, I think. Does it give me 30? I think it gives me 30 every 20 seconds. Yes, so it takes about a minute to do this part. This isn't too bad, so I'll be right back. Okay, so the last scan for this section is finishing, and it'll give me the name and the distance. And of course, it's the moon Phobos, or Phobos. So now I can go to map, and now I can go here. And you want to check your fuel. I should have plenty of fuel. Oops. Tank. Yeah, I only used 2.5 megapascals, so I should be fine. So we'll set that destination. I want to do one more thing. Save battery, turn the scanner off. Set destination, and then you just turn the engine on again. It gives you ETA and stuff like that. As you see, the fuel goes down. It's not bad for fuel here. But I'll just pause this and wait. Now this one, once I get there, okay. If you look at this one, it's got 3 question marks. So if I go to rocket, turn on the scanner, turn on location, I have to scan to 400 here, so it's going to take longer. So same deal, you hit chart and it has to scan 10, 11 times, so I'll be right back. Okay, you can see as it scans, it does 30 every time, and it shows you what it takes to get the next one. I'm at 270 or 300, so I'll get this other item here. But this is one that looks promising already. Let's see what this one is. It's probably going to be ores of some kind. Yeah, metallic field. So if you go to map, this is what you get. Now, again, you have to go here and scan it. You can't just mine it. So this is the frozen vapor one. That's going to be the one I want to look at. Hopefully there's water ice there. And I got one. I got 100 left, so I'll pause it again. Okay, so this is the last scan.
Power low.
That's my suit. I say that because I didn't want you to think it was the rocket. And that one's a rocky asteroid. So, first thing I want to do is go back here, turn the scanner off. I got 96% power left and 35 megapascals of fuel, so I have no problems. I'm going to check this one out because what I'm looking for is water ice. So now I'll set the rocket to go there as a destination and turn the gas-fed engine on. Make sure you remember to set the destination, because if you turn the gas engine on, it will turn on and you'll burn fuel and go nowhere. So I always double check. You'll have a little arrow thing around it after you hit destination. So we'll fire that up. It's going to be there in 5 seconds, so that's going to be quick. Alright, so that's on there. Now let's go to location. And first thing I got to do is discover this, because I want to see what's here. I do have water. The density, I don't know why. It gave it to me automatically. Do I have to discover it? I think I do. Let's, got to turn the scanner on. Poof. Yeah, I do have to scan it. This gives you bonuses to getting, what you get from it. I think it's 1 to 5, the densities. The higher the better. This will all go down as you mine it, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm discovering the next one. I know they were talking about updating this. Maybe they did that already. I don't No, I gotta go to 100. Let's see what happens after I go to 100. This is a little different than what I remember. They may have done an update on this. Because there used to be 12 sections that you would have to map, unless that's further away. That's a possibility. But just one more time and then I'll discover it, and then maybe I have to go scan those areas. Okay, so that's 1 of 9. Now what did that do for me? Yeah. So I have to go through that 9 times. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this and take care of my idiot lights over here. So while that's working, I can close this and I'll be right back when it's done. Okay, so this is the most boring part of rockets in my book. And this is what I remembered. As you can see, it gives me the locations and I can click on it. But if I do location info, I have nothing. So not only do I have to discover this area, and there's 9 of them, so I'm not even halfway done yet. But then I have to go to these areas, set destination, until I find the best water source. So it does take quite a while. It'll be worth it in the long run, but again, I'm just going to keep pausing this and scanning through it. Okay, so I scanned all 9 of those regions. Now I got 2 different types of items. That's water vapor. Okay, so it does tell you at least that it's water vapor. So let's do this one first. This will only take a second, so I'll set that as destination. Turn the engine on. 13 seconds, it'll be there. And then I'll show you this last bit. And then I'm just going to finish scanning and I'm going to try and land the rocket. And we'll go from there. So I am at that location. Oops, before I go there. I still have 91% site capacity reached at frozen vapor. I don't know what that means. But anyway, rocket scanner. I guess that means all my scanning is done. But anyway, I got 91%. I'm still at almost 34 megapascals of fuel, so we're in good shape all around. So now I go to location to here. I did turn the scanner on. Now see, this is what happens here. As you scan this, you survey, the more you scan it, the more you get. So the first time we'll get composition, next time size, and you want the biggest numbers you can get. And if you find one that you like with the first 4 numbers, so you know what you got by 100. If their richness in stuff is high, so 2.9 is pretty good for size, because I think it was, well, I can do it this way. Location information. Yeah, so the highest I had for size was, and water vapor was 3, so that's a pretty good match. Go back to, okay, there we go. Density is 2, so if I go down here and do location info, so that's a little on the low side, because there is some out here with 4, so that tells me I probably don't want to waste too much time going more than richness here, because with that density it's not the best. So did I get the richness? Richness, it's not very rich either, so let's skip that one and try another one. Let's take the one in the center. Hit destination. Turn the engine on. And as you can see, you're not using much fuel when you fly around in space, so it's not like I'm going to, although I think it goes back, yeah, it goes back to the vapor and then goes out, which I think is kind of dumb also, but I didn't write the program. So, let's turn that, am I there yet? 1 second. Okay, so let's turn that back on and survey this location, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and scanned all 4 of the areas up to 100%. This one is not good, so I think this is the best one. Location info. Yeah, density is pretty good, the size is pretty good, and the richness is okay, but if you look at the other 2, that one's average, but the second one that I looked at is definitely better than that one. And that one is pretty bad overall. So this is the one I want to do. As you can see, numbers are the highest here. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to scan for an incredibly long time so I can get the mining bonuses maxed out. So let's go to the map. And you see I don't have that little target thing. So if I hit destination, you got the arrows. That's how you know your destination is set. I am burning fuel. I'm not concerned at this point, but you know, this is something you got to watch. All this maneuvering around does use fuel, and you don't want to get too low or you'll end up crashing your rocket. You won't have enough to land. So this will be the last place I go, and I'm there in 6, 5, 4. Okay, so I'm there. Now I want to go back to location. You see it still has what you did. So I want to turn the scanner on and complete the survey. Now I'm only at 100%. So this is going to take a long time. You only get 30. No, it's hard to say. 120%. I guess it takes, for the next step, I need 80 more. 50. I'm just curious if I get to 200 and 2 more scans. I hate to make you sit here and watch this. They did change some stuff on this, I think. It looks a little different. So on this one, I should get to 200. Yeah, here's the total. I'm sorry. Right there's the total. So yeah, I will get to 200 this scan, and then that means I'll have a 10% mining bonus every time, you know, forever on this. So it is worth it when you find the best one to sit here and do all the scanning, but I'm not going to make you sit through it. I'm only at 210% and I need to get to 1,000, so I am going to pause this again. Okay, while this is finishing up on my 570, you can see what these numbers mean by hovering over them. Density just makes it mine faster, so I'll get 1 sweep of the miner when I come back every 8.6 seconds. For richness, increases the yield from 11 to 41. That's 41 water ice every time it sweeps. Now that will go down as you mine. Now it'll go down to a base value, which is, I think, going to be 11. Base yield is 11. So the worst you'll get is 11 every sweep when you mine here. It'll never get worse than that. But you get a boost if you go ahead and do this stuff. And so that's an explanation of that. And then once I get to 25, those numbers should go up. If I remember right, the starter yield goes up to the 60s or 70s, so it's not bad. Um, but I just wanted to pass it out while I was waiting here scanning. I'll be back. Okay, so this is the last sweep. I just wanted to keep it there to see over richness to see if that does go up. One of them does. I don't know if it's size, but I think it's the whole thing goes up. I should get 15% more, whatever that equals. Let me scan off of it. Oh, still says 45. So, I don't know how that helped, but maybe it'll just be something behind the scenes, I don't know. So, I am done with this part. I can turn the scanner off. I still have 83% battery. I put 2 batteries on my rockets. I've cut it close a few times with 1 battery. Mining does use up a little bit more power. So now that I've discovered all these areas, I can actually click this destination and set that. Once you discovered it, you can set it right through it. So I'm going to go back and fire up the engines. I got 27 megapascals left, which should be plenty. I'm going to be flying. I'll be home in about 83 seconds. And I'm going to keep an eye on the fuel. Next, I'm going to be at Phobos in 5 seconds, back home in 69 seconds. So that's how that works. That's how that works. I should have plenty of fuel. I should not have any issues completing this landing. I did back this up to 40. It said I could do 20, but I've gotten bitten by this thing a couple times. I don't trust it. So it says very high, and sometimes you still crash, which is kind of annoying. Okay, next location. 1 second. Am I flying home? Yeah. So I'm on my last stretch, so I should have plenty of fuel. The thing you got to watch if you really want to watch this is, I guess it's actually the engine I got to watch. Yeah. No? Where's the thrust? Where's the thrust? I'm probably looking right at it. Oh, throttle. So if this number here, and that runs out before that number, then you run out of fuel. And I should be fine. Total mils. I swear there was a better reading for thrust somewhere, but okay, whatever. I shouldn't have any trouble landing. We'll find out. I seem to be hovering. Why am I hovering? I am coming down. Where's my altitude? Altitude. I am coming down. Why's my altitude going up? What in the world? Why is my altitude going up? Okay, that has got to be an error. I'm not sure what's going on here. It looks like something got confused. Alright, so let's try this at destination here. I don't know what happened there. That's never happened to me before. Okay, so now I'm there. Let's try this again. Set destination. Okay, now my altitude's going down. That was bizarre. Uh-oh, I gotta go take care of that. So there was some kind of program error there because that's never happened before. There we go. And I've been in my suit so long now I stink. Okay, that's a little more promising. It's still going down. That did not make any sense, but okay. And I should be on the ground in 85 seconds. I got plenty of fuel left. I bet you had something to do with this crazy thrust being at 100%. Throttle is at 100. This is different than the other gas engine I used. Okay, don't go back up. It's still coming down, so keep an eye on the tank. We're still good. I shouldn't have any problems. 16,000 meters. 54 seconds till I land. I have done that before where I started here and gone to land. I don't know why I did that. Still coming down. Luckily, I had a good amount of fuel. I don't know if they programmed like an error factor into the rocket controls in here or not. But 30 seconds I should be on the ground. And I still got 16 megapascals, so I should be fine. 20 seconds. Doesn't look like it'll be down in 20 seconds, but okay. Or is that till the descent arrest? That's a possibility. It's doing it again. It's going up again. Why is it doing this to me? Why is my altitude going up? Okay guys, you're going to run me out of fuel for sure if you keep playing games with me. Set destination, come on. Turn the rocket off, turn it back on. Oh, this is unbelievable. Next ETA 1 second. It's obviously got some kind of an error here. Well, I'm going to run out of fuel if it keeps doing this to me. But it's going back, so... Let's use optimal, I guess, next time. I probably only got one more try. If somebody knows what in the world is going on here, please let me know. I'm down to 13 megapascals of fuel. So what just happened? That's just bizarre. Yeah, there's something wrong. I have to reload this or something. It's not, it's not making any sense at all. Okay. I'm going to keep this on while I do this, because I think there's something wrong with the computer, so I'm going to leave this session. And I'm going to go back. Let's say, what time is it? 4:30. So of course, I didn't save it when I left. That's only 2 minutes. Boy, I hate to go back that far. That's probably when I was filling the tank. Well, let's just see if I reload the world, if it wakes itself up here. See where I'm at in the process here. This is where I'm going up. So, set destination. I'm still going up. This doesn't make any sense. Even when I shut the engine off, there it starts to go down. I get all sorts of errors. And it's going down to center rest. It's trying to work. It is coming down now. It looks like it might crash though. Well, if it crashes, I don't think I did anything wrong. I think this was just a ghost in the machine or something here. Am I still coming down? Slowly. I still got enough fuel to land if it works. What craziness. Well, I'll let you know what happened. I'm going to pause this. Okay, so I've reloaded the game. And I definitely have some kind of glitch because look at my pressure. It's varying between 14. That's the tank pressure. That doesn't make any sense at all. Pressure. So I don't know what's going on here. The throttle's dancing all over the place. There's the throttle I was looking for. I mean, it's coming down really slowly, but it looks like it's going to crash. It keeps flashing in between something and something worse. So I'm not sure what happened here. I don't have any errors. Both batteries should be pretty good. That one's fully charged. That one's mostly charged. I still got plenty of fuel, but it's coming down so doggone slow that I don't know if it's going to make it the whole way. I'm confused, but velocity relative. And I did try and exit the game and come back in, and that didn't work. Well, I'm going to turn the avionics. Let's reboot the avionics. That didn't do any good. But I'm going to pause this again until I get to the end, but I think I'm going to run out of fuel before it gets down here because it's so doggone slow. So let me pause it, and I'll show you the wreckage. Okay, so I reloaded the game to where, or just before I launched the rocket. And I just did all the scanning all over again. Now, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to save it. Okay, that's done. And I'm going to land here first, or set that first. I had a thought, and I might be wrong, that maybe there was a storm coming in, and that messed it up. Now, I don't know if that's the case. It's been a while since I had a storm. There's no storm coming right now. But I'm going to go to that point, go to orbit, and then check the storms, save it while I'm in orbit. Sorry, I've gone not to trust the rocket automated lander. Well, quite frankly, it has issues, in my opinion. So I recommend if you're doing this, do a lot of saves. And I'm curious as to see if maybe a storm, an incoming storm or something messed it up. So I'm going to be where I want to be. I'm in orbit. Guess what? Okay. Now, just out of curiosity, there is no storm coming. So that can't be it. Now, if this rocket fails, I don't understand it. I mean, I got a ton of fuel left. I did set this to max this time. Rocket will begin maneuvers at 120 kilometers. Now that uses more fuel, but I got enough fuel. So let's try this again. Set destination. Turn on the engines. Now where is my thrust? That was under the engine, I believe. Where's the thrust? It's the throttle. There we go. See, the throttle last time was at 100%, which it shouldn't have been. And I don't know what happened, but something glitched. So I have a lot more confidence in this landing already. The only problem I would have is if before this landed, this hit 100%, because that means I can't slow my descent. Or if I run out of gas. And if I run out of gas, then I have a gas leak. That's a lot. Everything's looking okay, because it even says I have 1,360 something seconds of fuel time, and the flight's only going to be 500 and something. So all these other numbers dancing around, the apex bouncing all over the place. I don't know any of this stuff means. I do know I've had rocket failures when the thrust reached 100 and I wasn't on the ground. And I'm way under. I should be fine. Seems to be working. It had to just be some kind of glitch last time. I still feel a lot more comfortable if you have the fuel. Put this at max. It seems to work 100% better. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Let me go check something real quick. I don't know what happens if you get a storm while you're landing in a rocket. Looks fine. No storm. So if this one lands, I'm just saying it was a glitch. It's just a strange glitch. But I'm going to pause it because there's like 5 minutes left. So I'm going to pause it again. Okay, so I got about a minute left. You can actually see the rocket shooting off. It's right up in here. I don't see it. Now there it is. It's firing and slowing down. I've got 49 seconds left. I'm at 80% throttle, so I'm okay. It's not going to hit 100, that's for sure. And almost 14 megapascals of fuel, so there's no problem there either. So 30 seconds, I'm hardly moving. Oh, I should be fine. I don't know. There it comes. I don't know what happened the last time. That's just weird. It's coming in nice. That looks good. That's just the rockets firing more, so that's okay. Well, that really does come in slow. There we go. So, I have no idea what happened the last time, but I made it back. Let me extend the avionics here. That will probably be it for this episode because of the delay. I'm still recharged the batteries, so because I had to do this twice. It should be charging again. Yep, going back up. And of course the fuel tank will refuel a little bit, but because there was some pressure in there. It's at 15,000, so I'll have to refuel this, swap out the scanner with a miner, and go back up, and we'll do that tomorrow. Interesting episode, computer glitch of some kind. I still don't have a storm, so it wasn't a storm. That's the only thing I could think of. But I guess we can take rocket off the list. Stupid thing. So we'll line out rocket. So the next thing tomorrow, I will go up and mine some ice and set up some place to do electrolysis of water, so I can make my own hydrogen and my own oxygen from the ice that I mine, and I won't have to worry about doing that. And eventually I'm going to try and automate this whole thing, so when I get to like a certain percentage in the tank or of water, that it automatically refuels and flies up and remines. I don't know if I can do that. That would be interesting. Might not be possible yet. I don't know. Okay, so again, this is Navy Old Salt Gamer. Please like and subscribe. That was an interesting episode. I really don't know what happened to that first rocket. It just decided it didn't want to work. It's the same rocket. I just reloaded it and landed it. So something glitched. Um, I think it's that auto lander. I think there's a problem. I know I'm running back and forth here. I think there's a problem with this section. So I should have listened to my previous self. I always set this to max. Now you got to make sure you have more fuel, because it does take a lot more fuel. But it seems to be the only way I can get it to land. I don't know. But again, Navy Old Salt Gamer on Mars, episode 9 complete. I guess it should be 9.5, because I wanted to do the mining, but I'm not going to get to that today with that rocket failure. So we'll see you tomorrow, and subscribe and like, and we'll see you.